it sort of leads me to the next point is, I mean, you're working within an industry that is growing in demand in a way I don't think globally we've ever seen mining have a higher demand. But yet it also has, like never before, like you mentioned, the old, 100 silver mines with very different regulations in the early 1900s.
That's right.
Now it's also an industry that's probably never had the amount of pressure on it for proper regulations and proper delivery from the environmental side and the social side. And there's so many factors. So where do you well, and you're right, like you're saying, you're right in that hub there. So you'd have a very good ear to the ground. What is the environment like in mining now? Is it how challenging, like you're helping them actually put together these plans and get the permitting. How challenging is it now, even from, let's say, 20, 25 years ago to what they're dealing with now? Just from getting things actually the green light, but also being able to carry it out.
That's a question that's very close to my heart because I've seen the whole spectrum, right? So when I started my career in the 1990s, I have to be careful, I guess, but in that it was easier. There were less obstacles, and I found that the ministry was more realistic. They more pragmatic potentially than they are now. So now they're not looking at the whole picture from an environmental perspective in particular. So an example I could give you is water treatment. When we have to treat water from a mining operation, we have to, as environmental engineers, I have to determine what concentrations can be discharged from the mine, which are protective to the environment, to the water, to the benthic invertebrates that live in the sludges and the sediments, to the fish, to all the aquatic life. In an ideal world, we wouldn't have to discharge anything, or we discharge pure water, right? And it wouldn't have an impact. But we all know that you can't have development without impact, right? We can't do anything in this world without impact. I mean, you can't even blow your nose. You're using a tissue.
Yeah.
You could use a napkin or a handkerchief, but it has to be washed. Everything has an impact. It doesn't matter what you're doing. So, I mean, I guess I can walk home from work. That probably doesn't have an impact, but development-wise, if I'm building a mine, if I'm building...
Put on your shoes and... so, yeah. It just keeps going, yeah.